Hello students, welcome to Trunkie Academy. So today we are here with again a new topic, okay, with nervous system in animals. Okay, since we started with the different physiological processes, and we studied about the digestive system, then we studied about nutrition in plants and animals. Okay, we studied about the circulatory system, the different organs, heart, blood vessels. Okay. Then we studied about the excretory system in human and excretory system in plants also. Okay. And now today we'll be studying about the nervous system. Okay. So this is the nervous system. Okay. So like I have already told you that there are different systems in our body which plays an in uh, important role in the sustaining and living of the different uh, they are all working in coordinated manner. For example, nervous system, endocrine system, digestive system, all are working in a coordinated manner, so that we are able to live, and we are living in this world. Okay, so when there is any of these system or any of the organ fails to work efficiently, then we will have the problem. Okay, problem in the sense that then will be the disease, and there will be the system fails to work, then there will be difficulty in the physiological system or physiological functions of the body. In nervous system, this is since one of the very important system, and this system is highly evolved in animals, mammals, and human body. Okay, in case of plants, we do not find any advanced or any well-defined nervous system control and coordination. Okay, but even in plants also there there are some mechanism for control and coordination, but in case of the animals, we see uh, animals possess some specialized kind of control and coordination system. And when we talk about the control and coordination, that means there are two kinds. Okay, so it comes under the control and coordination. So that means control and coordination, control and coordination. Okay, so when we say control and coordination, means there is the nervous system, nervous system, and then there is the endocrine system, hormones, endocrine system. Okay, so in case of the nervous system, okay, we will be studying about the different organs first, because we know that different organs form a system. And here when we say nervous system, means there is the nerve cells or neuron. We'll study about the structure of neuron also. Then we'll study about the sense organ. Okay, we'll study about the nervous system that includes the brain, spinal cord, etc. Okay, we'll study about this. Now, there are when we divide this nervous system, we'll find that actually this nervous system in our body, because see, before I will start, give some introductory brief idea, like why this system is so important in our body. We see there are in some animals the brain is not well developed. Okay, in lower animals, even like in the poriferans or in the Coelenterata, okay, nervous system is not well developed, but they are living, they are also surviving. Okay, but in case of higher animals, it's not possible without nervous system. Why this nervous system is so important? Because we are responding to the stimuli which we get from the environment. Okay, when we are receiving or perceiving the stimuli, accordingly we are responding, and our nervous system is responding accordingly. Okay. For example, if I am sitting like this, okay, keeping my hand like this, and somebody come quietly, okay, at my back and touches with the hot iron, okay, so I will be feeling hotness, okay, and immediately within a fraction of a second, okay, there is a message that comes from the reflex action, and I will pull away my hand from there, okay. So this is the response to the stimuli. We have got some specialized sense organ, okay, like eyes, ears, our nose, okay, our tongue. Even the skin is also the sense organ. So these sense organs play a very important role in the survival and the maintenance of the to live in the certain environment, okay, in certain habitat, okay. So in case of human body or in members of human body, there are nervous system can be divided into three parts. That is the I will write here nervous system, nervous system, okay. Then here it will be the three divisions, you can say three types, okay. First is the central nervous system, central nervous system, okay. The second one is the peripheral nervous system, peripheral nervous system, peripheral nervous system, and then is the autonomic nervous system, autonomic nervous system, nervous system. This central nervous system is the most important, or even all other peripheral and autonomic nervous system is also very important. So when we say central nervous system, it includes brain and spinal cord, okay. It is the brain and spinal cord, and the neurons that comprised in the brains, that is the nerves that carry the nerve impulse for central nervous system, okay. So central nervous system is the brain and spinal cord, and in case of the peripheral nervous system, the nerves that is innervating to going the entire body, peripheral, from the central to the other parts of the body, entire different regions of the body. So that is peripheral nervous system. Autonomic nervous system means the sympathetic and parasympathetic nerves that comes from the spinal cord, comes out from the parasympathetic and sympathetic. There is a kind of mechanism in our body, one nerve will excite, increase, and one will decrease, okay. One is dilating the eye and one is contracting the eyes, okay. So antagonistic effect, opposite to each other in action, okay. So one depending on the sense, so they are balancing each other. Sympathetic and parasympathetic nerves, this includes the autonomic nervous system, okay. So system of nerve, what are the different functions of this is to coordinate and control the different functions of the body, okay. For example, if you are feeling hungry, okay, that is because of the control and coordination system in our body, okay. And so first we will start with the different parts. That is first with that is the human brain. Human brain is one of the most important. Human brain, okay, a most important part of the nervous system, and this belongs to central nervous system, okay. So before I will tell you about the brain and go into detail, I would like to tell you a very short story that this brain is such a unique, such an important organ of the body, okay, and very delicate also. That's why it is within the hard bony structure called brain box or cranium. Different regions of the brain has different centers for controlling different parts of the body. The visual cortex of one region of the particular region of this brain is responsible for the vision. We are able to see with the eyes just because of that cerebral or the visual cortex of the brain is processing the information. The visual impulse that has come from the eyes to the brain into the visual cortex, so that is being interpreted and we are able to see. The eyes is only an instrument, a device where image is formed. The image which is formed on the retina is very small, diminished and upside down. But we see erect image of the actual size. That is because of the brain. Okay, like I'll tell you one story. There was one small boy which was crawling. He used to crawl, very small boy. Okay, and crawl on the floor. Had eaten something which has caused some problem. That caused the problem in his body, and that particular small insect entered the central nervous system, and the parents were unaware. Okay, when the mother started giving food, that boy was not taking or not coming to not coming towards the food. So the mother realized that maybe the boy is losing his vision. So went to eye specialist. He was also unable to understand because he checked retina, the choroid and other parts, the lens, the vitreous humor, aqueous humor and all other parts were absolutely fine. Then he referred to other doctor and he went and then came to realize that one region of the brain, the visual cortex, had been damaged by one insect that he had eaten, okay, by mistake. So that means the television, which you have the picture tube and the screen and the LCD, FLCD, everything is fine, but you are not able to see in the television the pictures or the program or the what we call the telecast. That is because from the stations only, from the relay, from the what we call the from the supply relay station, that the image or the signals are not coming. So you are not able to see in the television. Okay. Similarly, the eye is only a physical structure, but the nerves impulse are there, obviously, to carry that nerve impulse to the brain, and brain is processing that information so that we are able to hear, we are able to see, and we are able to perceive all the different stimuli. Okay, so that is how our brain works. All different. During paralysis, okay, the certain regions of the brain, the nerves are damaged, the part which is controlling the movement of the muscles. Okay, so become like this. So the muscles of the faces, the muscles of the skeletal muscles, that is okay. If that is damaged on the right hand side, that the part in the brain which is there in the right hand side to control, that will control the left hand side muscles, left hand side muscles of the body, and the part which is there in the brain which that controls the right hand side of the muscles of the right hand side of the body. Okay, so that is the reason. So different parts of the brain are responsible for different functioning. Okay, different regions, different centers are there. This is for the hearing, this is for the vision, this is for the smell, olfactory, this is for the taste. Okay, this is for the some other autonomic functions. Okay, so brain is very, very important organ, and the tissue is since very delicate. It is enclosed in a cranium, brain box called skull. Okay. Now, the brain consists of the following parts, like the cerebral cortex, then the cerebellum, okay, hypothalamus, then the medulla oblongata, okay, and there is the other part also, basal ganglia, and there is the midbrain. Okay, there is a thalamus. Okay, but we will be studying about like the forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. So when we say this cerebellum, there are actually brain is like this, and we find that the main region, the big, this structure is like this, okay, and this structure there, then there is the medulla oblongata, then is brain stem in there. So these two parts are called cerebral hemisphere or cerebrum, okay. And just below this, another region, there's a little distinct region, and this is called the cerebellum, smaller than the cerebrum. Then the medulla oblongata is here at the side, medulla oblongata, okay. This is responsible for autonomic nervous system, the control of respiration, okay, beating of heart, etc. Now we will go through the cerebrospinal nervous system. When we say cerebrospinal, means brain and the spinal cord involved together. Brain and the spinal cord both involved together. Okay, so that is called cerebrospinal nervous system. Okay, so just one second. Okay, so what will do? Cerebrospinal nerve, it consists cerebrospinal or central nervous system, spinal nervous system or central nervous system. Okay, sorry, nervous system. Okay, it consists of 12 pairs of cranial nerves. 12 pairs of cranial nerves. Now try to understand this. 12 pairs of cranial nerves, the nerves that comes from the brain. Cranial means cranium, brain box. Cranium, brain box or skull. Okay, so skull is also called brain box or cranium. So cranial nerves that comes from the brain. Okay, so there are 12 pairs, and these nerves which coming from the brain, cranial nerves, are controlling some important different functions, okay, which is important for exam. So first one is the optic nerve. Number one is the optic nerve. Optic nerve that controls the sight, responsible for sight, for vision. Number two, oculomotor. Oculomotor is eyeballs, pupils, and lens movement. Number three, olfactory. This is smell, controlling smell, getting from the nose. Number four is trochlea. These are important for exam. Trochlea. Motion of eye muscles. Okay. Motions of eye muscles. Number five. Then okay. Number five will be trigeminal. Supplies Nose for eyes. Jaws. Jaws. Chips. And governs chewing and controls chewing. Okay, chewing of food. This one. Number 6 will be abducens. 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 Okay, this is outward gaze, movement of lateral rectus muscle. Movement of the lateral rectus muscle. Rectus muscles in humans means the muscle that is present in the rectum. Okay, if this movement will not occur, what will happen? Then we will not be able to discharge out our stool from our body. Okay, there is a movement in the rectum, so we are able to discharge. Okay. Number 7, facial nerve. Facial nerve. Movement of facial muscles. Movement of facial muscles. Regulates salivary glands, taste sensation, from the interior of the tongue, anterior of the tongue. Okay, this is the function of the facial nerve. Now eighth is the glossopharyngeal, sensation of tongue. Glossopharyngeal. As per your syllabus, these 12 nerves are important. Your glossopharyngeal nerve, pharyngeal nerve, and this is a sensation of taste. Sensation of taste. Number 9, in the acoustic. Maintain acoustic. Maintains balance and hearing. Maintains balance of the body, balance and hearing. You know, ear is involved in the balance, maintaining the balance as well as in the hearing. Okay, vagus nerve. Vagus nerve. Vagus. So this is here supplies with nerves for the organ in the abdomen. Supplies nerves. Supplies with nerves for the organs in the abdomen. And the chest. So this is the vagus nerve. Okay. Number 11, the second last is a spinal accessory. Spinal accessory. shoulder and head movement, involved in the controlling shoulder and head movement. Okay, number 12, hypoglossal. 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 Regulate muscles of tongue. Muscles of tongue. So that is the reason when some people are paralyzed, okay, these nerves are affected, so they are not able to speak. The tongue, they do not have control over the tongue, on the tongue, and they are even that their facial muscles, okay. So these lips become one-sided, okay. There are no control on the facial muscles, not under tongue. So these muscles are affected. So there are 12 pairs of cranial nerves, and these cranial nerves are involved in different functions. As I told you, optic nerve is involved in the sight, vision. Oculomotor, that controls eyeballs, movement of pupils, okay, or the diameters of the pupils, okay. When you are in the bright sunlight for some time, and suddenly you enter less poorly lit dark room, okay, so you will feel completely dark, okay. So that it takes 1 minute or few seconds for adjusting the pupil, okay. So oculomotor, it is responsible for that. The lens movement of the lens is also important, okay. We have got, the lens is made of glass, you have seen in magnifying glass, in the microscope, all the different lens. But see how the mother nature has created the lens in our eyes, okay. This lens is like a glass only, functions like the lens of the glass. But the unique thing is this, the most surprising thing is that it can be, thicker and thinner, okay, thicker for the, closer vision, okay, and thinner. So if you look at the, at a long distance, immediately it becomes thinner. There are the muscles at the end of the, lens, that pulling, then it becomes thinner, then releasing, become thicker, thinner. So that, due to which we are able to see near and far. If you continue to look far, near, your ciliary muscle, the muscle that is holding the muscle, will pain, and then you realize pain in your eyes. You continuously, if you 100 times do like this, frequently, look at near, then do like this, at a certain distance, at a far distance, and then in the near, you do frequently, in a very short span of time, then you'll feel pain, because the muscle is expanding and becoming thinner and thicker, okay. So to control that, the lens movement, this oculomotor nerve is involved. Olfactory, the nerve that is there in the nose for smell, okay. All these nerves come from the brain, or that is the cranial nerves. Trochlear, movement of the eye muscles, okay, the muscles of the eye, because we are moving our eye, moving this side, or up and down, that movement muscles are there. The eye is a very spherical ball-like structure, okay, within the socket of the skull, okay, and there are muscles holding this, okay, and movement is controlled by the muscles. Okay, so this trochlear muscles, also trochlear is a nerve, not muscle. Trochlear nerve, okay, fourth nerve of the cranial nerve, okay. Trochlear is responsible for motion of the eyeballs, okay. Then trigeminal supplies nerves for the eyes, jaws, okay, lower jaw by moving, cheeks, okay, and governs the chewing of the food, okay. When we are eating food, our lower jaw and upper jaw are moving, so that is governed and controlled by trigeminal nerve. Abducens, that goes to the nerves which control the rectal muscle, okay. For example, if this nerve is not working, what will happen? All the stool, undigested food, will keep on accumulating in the rectum, okay. So to discharge, it will not be very difficult to discharge then, okay. There is a problem. So this will create a reflex to discharge out, to throw out of the body, to go out of the exterior of the body, okay. So facial muscles, the muscle that control the muscles in the face region, okay, and also the salivary gland, taste sensation, and the anterior part of the tongue, okay. Glossopharyngeal means the sensation of taste. Facial, when we say the anterior part of the tongue, means the front region, okay. And in case of glossopharyngeal, the sensation of taste all over the tongue, okay. Bitter, sour, sweet, and bitter, sour, sweet, bitter, sour, sweet, and there is one more. Okay, vagus supplies with nerves for organs in the abdomen and the chest region. Okay, nerves, vagus nerves. This is important in the spinal accessory nerve, shoulder and head movement. Okay, movement like this kind of movement. And hypoglossal regulate muscles of the tongue. Okay, sometimes our tongue becomes thinner and thicker. Okay, and we are able to speak. Okay, hypoglossal. We are not able to speak where there is no movement. So tongue has got multiple roles. One for the taste, one for the mixing of saliva with the food, also for speaking. Okay, so hypoglossal nerve. So all these 12 pairs of nerves are responsible for pairs, not in one. Okay, pairs mean on the both sides, because we are bodies bilateral symmetry. So on both the sides. Okay, so in 12 pairs. So there are 12 pairs of cranial nerves. That is controlling the this is the responsible for the controlling different functions of the body, controlling and coordinating. Okay, now we will come to the next part, that is the autonomic nervous system. Then we have got autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system. Nervous system. Oh. Autonomic nervous system is segregated into two parts. Okay, that is sympathetic and parasympathetic, which have contrasting effects, just opposite to each other. Like insulin is controlling the glucose level in the blood by catching and changing into glycogen. Okay, when a single drop, and you know the hormones are required in very minute quantity. In the definition of hormone, it says that hormones are secreted, the chemical products or organic substances secreted by the ductless gland, endocrine gland, and it shows or act at a site away from its place of production, and very active and can be functional, and is functional required only in minute quantity, very small quantity. That is why the people, those who are taking insulin, they take only one drop. So one drop of insulin, that insulin is controlling the catching and converting into glycogen. Glucagon is another hormone which is just doing in opposite to insulin. They are just breaking the glycogen molecule, and then they are increasing the level of the glucose molecule in the blood. So they are opposite in their function, opposite in their action. So similarly here also, sympathetic and parasympathetic both are opposite in their action and function. Okay, so they are contrasting effects on the same organ. If someone is increasing one sympathetic nerve, okay, one is increasing the heartbeat, another parasympathetic will decrease the heartbeat. Okay, one is increase the rate of the breathing. Okay, then another will decrease the rate of breathing. Okay, similarly, one is dilating the eyes, and another will be constricting the eye. Similarly, so there are different effects. So what will this symbol write here? It is this system. This system is segregated into parasympathetic, and sympathetic. Sympathetic nervous system. Nervous system, which have contrasting effects, contrasting or antagonistic effect on the same organ set, organ set. Okay. Parasympathetic. Oh. Parasympathetic will cause linked to relaxed condition. Relaxed condition. Okay. Whereas sympathetic is related or linked to fight or flight reaction. Fight or flight, intense situation, or where we have to take the decision quickly. Fight or flight reaction. Okay. Suddenly, if you saw a ghost, if you believe in ghosts, for example, and suddenly you are very much scared, whether to fight or check whether this is a real ghost, or to just run away, okay, immediately, okay, that kind of, your heartbeat will be faster then, okay, you'll breathe fast that time, okay, you'll be scared, okay, and in case of parasympathetic, you're relaxed. Parasympathetic nerve will cause the related with the relaxed condition. So these are the two nerves, parasympathetic and sympathetic, that acts in that act opposite direction. Okay. Now we will study about the nervous neuron. Okay, and the different parts of the neuron. And I think you have already studied in the previous class, 6, 7, 8, about the nerve cell and its different parts. So neuron is the neuron or nerve cell. Nerve cell. It is a structural nerve cell. Is the structural and functional unit of nervous system. Okay. It is a long fiber-like cell, okay, and it has got some parts like cell body, okay, like this. So this will have like this. They will have some branches, dendrite, dendron. There is a nucleus, this is called cell body, and this part is called axon. And at the terminal region, they will branch like this, okay. And this is the terminal node which joins another neuron. So cell body, axon, okay, and there's kind of some myelin sheath that we'll study in detail tomorrow about these different parts and function of each part of the neuron, okay. So this is the structural functional unit of this unit of nervous system, because all over the wherever the nerves are there, or the brain or spinal cord, or whether it is parasympathetic or sympathetic or peripheral, everywhere this nerve is functioning. They are responsible for carrying the nerve impulse. Okay, so they are long fiber like. The cell body is there, then there is the axon, the long, okay, wire like long, to carry nerve impulse. Okay, so they are specialized in carrying the message, nerve impulse. Okay, they are carrying the messages. Okay, so they are specialized in such a way that they will quickly carry the message for its to the brain or vice versa, target. Okay, so there are different parts of this neuron, and how this neuron, different parts of the neuron, they act and their functions, that we'll study in detail tomorrow. Okay, so after this class I will send you the DPP, daily practice paper, which you will download, and I'll show you once again, like I've already told you. Here you will, when we go to your academic booster, when log into academic booster, you'll find the link called resources, where you click, and then you'll get on the left hand side, you're going to, some links are there, okay, and there you'll find the writing material. So click on that and you'll find the DPP, okay, like this. So here the list of DPP, and you find the one which has been taught today, and click on the download, answer the questions, and send back to us for evaluation. Okay, so thank you for joining today, and again we'll meet tomorrow at the same time. Okay, so till then, goodbye. Thank you.